Hello, and welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Phil Hill, and this month we're reviewing the recently completed spring sports season. And as always, we're pleased to have the Supervisor of Athletics for East Brunswick Schools, Frank Noppenberger. Frank, welcome to Sports Talk.
My pleasure, Philip. And before we get started, it'd be my pleasure to present to Cindy, Dave, and Pete, and of course you, this plaque of appreciation from the Booster Club for everything that the TV3 does for us. Phil, you just can't imagine the amount of excitement that they provide for these kids later. Specifically when you talk about the Sports Encore, it's on Sunday night.
Okay.
I understand Dave Ambrosi gets all the credit for that, goes through the files and picks out the old games, the retro games. It's just a great thing that you guys do here, and I know you volunteer all your time, so we appreciate everything you do, and of course the crew here, because they provide lifetime memories for these guys and gals.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I want to open up with track, boys track, but I want to ask you first, Frank, what kind of effect did it have on the team, if any, the fact that you didn't have your track open this year, and what did you do?
Well, we still were able to practice on the blacktop.
Okay.
So we did practice, and I think it's a testament of the kids and the coaches. Not one complaint from the coaches or the kids or the parents, or using that as an excuse. I think it shows you what kind of character they have, because we did have individual champions on the outdoors. You know, we had Naomi, we had Brittany, who had great seasons. So I think the kids just use that as, hey, let's toughen it up and work through this. So I don't really think it affected their performance. Yes, we would have liked to have a couple more home meets, or a home meet for that matter. We did have the one scheduled, but it got rained out. But the cooperation of the coaches, parents, and the kids is just, it was there, and so no one even brought it up.
Super. Let's talk about boys track for a minute. And who were some of the key performers?
Boys track, I guess. We had our banquet just completely finished in June, and boys track gives out one award. It's been that way since Dudley Ty was the coach, and that's the Big E, and he gave it to Steve Castiglione, who's an outstanding performer. He's an underclassman. Rather than pinpointing one individual, so I wouldn't get anyone upset, Coach Mandy, day in and day out, said, Frank, wait to see us in 2 years, which would mean next year and the following. He says, we're loaded with underclassmen, so there's a lot of young kids out there that have a strong desire to be successful, a great work ethic, so he thinks they're going to be real good in the future. Because we had if we had 60 letter winners, like 80% of those were underclassmen.
I hear you.
So we're going to be good in the future.
Well, I'm going to mention a few names.
Sure.
Castiglione sort of kept up with him. Here's a young man that started throwing about in the 150s and ended up throwing 181 yards, I believe, and only second to Brian Florick, who is the track athlete of the year for the Home News Tribune. So quite a job for the young man. Stephen Byrne, 12 feet in the pole vault, an excellent job, and he performed. He
medaled in the tournament, in the conference tournament. You're right.
Okay, and you had a couple honorable mention all area. Justin Price, Michael Enby, is that? And Justin Molarts and Kevin Malohi.
Well, Molar's, his name jumps out because he's got a real burning desire when he's running that 8. I could see him possibly contending his senior year for a couple titles, championships. Okay. So, those kids you mentioned, a couple underclassmen, a couple seniors, but I see a nice future there.
Coach McAvoy, once again, a super job with the girls track team. And I know the story, you don't have to tell me. Brittany Rodriguez injured early. And it had to have an effect on the team. But when you look at the team that the girls had, if Brittany was healthy, they did a super job as it was, but if she was healthy, no telling what they could have done.
With track, Phil, you know what it is. Being out a couple weeks, 3 weeks, it just to get back to that level, because every 1/10 of a second is important with the sprints. And, she wasn't able to get fully back. I believe she took a second and a third in the conference. That's how talented she is, but she wasn't at the top of her game. When you're at that level, any setback is really going to take you a while to get back. But she's got a great work ethic. I know I received a lot of phone calls from colleges wanting to get in touch with her for the future. I know North Rutgers is really interested in her, but I think she is going to Rutgers, and she'll do well there. Naomi Stahl, she was a conference champion.
Tremendous.
For us, another strong, burning desire. She's going to go to Dartmouth. And she was our Big
And
E.
she's running track at Dartmouth.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was our Big E winner. And she was also our Scholar Athlete winner. That's happened before, but not often. But, you know, there was a lot of nice track kids out there. Sarah Smith had a good year for us.
Bria Bell.
Bria Bell,
Very impressive. I mean, she's going to be the Naomi Stahl of next year. She's going to be the person leading the pack, I believe, and
Do you
so
know
forth.
Bria?
I don't really know.
Very quiet, very unassuming. You won't even know she's there
Mm-hmm.
until you see her take off on the track and run. But, yeah, good kid.
Well, you had some outstanding relay teams. I picked up the 4x800. You had Stahl, Bell, Erica, Maltaby, and Jenna Carroll. And they had the best time in the area. Your 4x400, Stahl, Bell, Marnie Friedman, and Evelyn Shaw. Then your distant medley team and your sprint medley team as well did super. I'd like to mention a few other kids. Corrine Kamikowicz, javelin.
Underclassman.
She's an underclassman as well. And you got Erica Liu in the discus, who fourth in the tournament. And then you have another young lady, Maggie Wentz, who teamed up with Kamikowicz and Liu, and they ended up being the best two-man team in the area.
Yeah, well, Harry does a good job with the girls. Harry Morris, longtime coach. He's big on technique. Every coach has got their own little niche, I guess, how to prepare kids, and his is technique. He believes that's more important. The way I see it, he sees that more important than the lifting and the running, but doing the proper technique.
Excellent job by the young ladies. Baseball. Tom Hawkins just his 20th year already.
2021, something like that.
Wow, he's been there some time, and Tom does a good job all the time. But quite frankly, the last couple of years, the baseball teams have been down. Any reason why?
Baseball's a funny game. I'm not making excuses. I wish we had more wins. I wish we would have got that base hit with a man on second, 2 outs, just like the Yankees. I always equate East Brunswick's baseball to maybe like a St. Louis Cardinals or Detroit Tigers. We'll have a couple average years or down years, and then we'll come back. We have a tradition of baseball in Middlesex County, East Brunswick. Sure. We've got the second most GMC titles in baseball. So when you talk about baseball, you know, in Middlesex County, you don't always think of East Brunswick. But we have a lot of titles. Like St. Louis has got the second most World Series titles. People don't always think in that way.
I hear you. I guess my question is, you've added so many sports, lacrosse and et cetera, so forth. Are kids that normally would be baseball players going to some of the other sports, or are they going to some of the parochial schools?
I don't think it's parochial schools. I just think the last couple of years we had a run at the end of the year here where we could have made it to the quarters of the GMC. Okay, we just missed out on that.
You knocked off some people.
Yeah, late. And we're just not hitting when we have to and pitching when we have to. I don't think it's any lack of effort on the coach's part or the players or certainly the parents and their support. It's just one of those things. Baseball, for years, is driving me nuts. It's like the state, and I'm not knocking them, they can't wait to get it started. And then they can't wait to get it over. And then by the time it's warm, the season's, over. And it's so quick, you go in a slump. But I like to see the kids doing more stuff in the off season, playing more in the off season, and working at it. Just by playing baseball doesn't make me a better baseball player, Phil. I got to go to some place. I got to work out. I got to go to batting cage. I got to work on my technique. I've got to do all that. Me and you could play basketball or golf forever. I'm never going to get any better in golf. Okay, so you need to work on it. I'd like to see us do a little more in the off season on that.
Okay, I'd like to recognize some of the players. Doug Fisher batted .380, 27 hits, 9 doubles.
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
Doug was our MVP. Doug was our highest, led the team in hitting.
Okay.
Doug is a great kid, and as we talked before, he was our indoor track champion,
Right.
and he's just a outstanding athlete. He was our male Big E winner.
Oh,
so
super.
congratulations to Doug.
Super. You had a couple honorable mention guys. You had Andrew Alessandro, outstanding outfielder, 366 batting average, and a super catcher, Nick Previtt.
Nick Previtt. He could smack the ball. Great defensive catcher. He wants to play in college. I think he's going to go to William Patterson. I think he'll be able to play there, and he could hit the long ball for us.
Yeah.
So, no excuses.
I hear you. Golf, Bo Henning, his golf team, I mean, it's almost deja vu like last year. The team was 11-0 this year.
We're conference champs, division champs. We never made it we were in the state tournament, but a bad day, it's windy and a couple bad balls, and
Right.
It's so competitive, Phil. It's so competitive. I was telling Pete that earlier. A couple bad strokes and then you're out of it, and there's nothing you can do. Gene Yang, he's a junior.
Wow.
He's one of the best golfers in the state. He was golfer of the year. 2 out of 3 years. He was a conference champion in golf. This community likes golf. The kids go out and they play, and they work at their game.
Yeah.
They work at their game, and they got to be talented. They got to have great coaching. As you know, my feelings about Bo, he's the best coach around.
That's for sure.
And they got the parental support. And that's why we're successful in boys golf, and I continue to believe we will continue. We got Andrew Heiberger, who is a senior, maybe not our best player, top 3, should have been all area, wasn't, but he lived golf. He lived golf. That's all he talked about with golf, and he provided some verbal leadership for us. We're going to be okay in the next couple of years. We'll continue with golf, and with Bo there, and who knows what's going to happen.
I hear you. Yeah, superlatives when you talk about Yang, you're right, 206, he was the player of the year, and of course this year, and then you had Dave Kafafian, who was the runner-up
and underclassman
in the tourney. And then when you think Yang won by 9 strokes, that's just unheard of.
Well, that's what Bo said.
That's unheard of.
It sounds like a Tiger Woods thing. He just left everyone that he was on and everyone was off that day, or a combination. But yeah. And then the girls golf, Phil, we're a little below 500, and we're still new at it, but the girls aren't playing every day like they're supposed to, like they should. Our best golfer happens to be Steve Quay's sister, who is another great golfer. Steve Quay, one of the most talented kids ever come out of East Brunswick with music, academics, and golf. Well, his sister's a freshman. She's going to be okay. And Coach Mataseski is our girls golf coach. But what do we need to do in girls golf? They just need to play
more. Okay, good. Boys lacrosse. 10-8 this year.
Coach Severino, very excited. I think we played to our potential every game. I know he felt he could have won a couple others. I'm not sure. We had Bobby Taco, who was our scholar athlete there, provided great senior leadership. Scott Stolzenberg and Matthew Mariani, just 3 real good kids, real good lacrosse players. We're going to miss them dearly. We have a lot of shoes to fill next year with them. Coach doesn't know if we're going to be as competitive next year. Change the schedule a little. In the past, we played everybody twice. This year, you'll play everyone once. So we have to, go out there, and who knows we're going to schedule, who we're going to get. But we're pretty set right now. But we do a lot of replacing. And they qualified for the states, which they wanted to. And they just missed getting to the semis of the GMC tournament. Okay.
I want to mention Defensive Player of the Year, Scott Stolzenberg, a kid I personally like from basketball. I just like the effort he puts into everything. Just what an athlete should be.
Yeah, he's going to RPI. He's an ideal student athlete, great role model for anybody.
Okay, the Spiata brothers, you got Tommy and Mickey, both were second-team All-Area. Timmy Clark, second-team All-Area as well. And then you had honorable mention for Kyle Muscala and Josh Didio. You know, so, and some of those are
Most of them are upperclassmen, so we're gonna. Hey, but that's what the summertime's for.
work at it.
You work at it and you improve, and that's when you know you have a program and not just a one-year deal.
Well, you're talking about working at it and improving and whatnot. Last time we sat here, we were talking about the basketball team, and I was talking about Mike Quidell. I was saying that, you know, maybe if he goes to some summer camps, he'll get better. He doesn't have to go to summer camps for basketball. He's just a super volleyball player. And when these statistics, I just want to,
Sure.
252 kills, 64 digs, 38 blocks, and 32 aces. Now, and I've been keeping up with volleyball, with the Howlands and the Corpuses and the Barrys and all those other great players before. This is outstanding to come from a young man. And he does, Mike, you don't have to worry about basketball. You concentrate on Bo's going to kill me.
No, see, I disagree, Phil.
Go ahead.
I think they both complement one
You do.
another. Basketball, it's quick off the ground. A
Okay.
rebound, you got to be quick off the ground. Volleyball, you're quick off the ground. I think each will help the other sport. So, Mike, I love Mr. Hill. I respect his opinion, but you continue to play basketball because it's going to help your volleyball,
I hear
and
you.
vice versa. Mike's only a junior, as you know.
Mercy.
The volleyball team, Coach Rutz, is disappointed. If we're not state champs or in the finals, we're disappointed. And that's the bar. That's what they put up there. But again, just like the other sports, there was not a lack of effort on anyone's part. Our nemesis this year was St. Joseph Tutchin. We beat them the first game of the year, which allowed us to be co-champs in the division. And we lost to them, 3 other times. But
Well, clearly East Brunswick is the state capital for boys volleyball and maybe for girls as well. Remember, they were super last year as well. But they were defending state champs. They were state champs last year. And to come and do as well as they did this year, and I know Rutz, he must be a perfectionist. Here's a man that has a overall record of 220 wins and 20 losses.
and he'll tell you the 20 losses.
He can tell you.
He'll tell you why we lost. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. We didn't connect. And it's not always what we didn't do.
Right.
He sometimes say, "Hey, they were better than us."
I see.
Greg's very good about that. But I know they're already playing down at the beach. I saw Greg the other day at school. Greg, what are you doing? We're playing volleyball down at the beach. Got to go. Got to go. And
I hear you.
that's where we're at with volleyball.
I just want to mention a few other people. Christian Patera, second consecutive years an all-area team player, just a super player. You got Andy Ballant and Rohan Patel. They were second team all-area. And then you got Greg Zagaric, a super game against Southern,
Right.
just a tremendous player. And then you got some other honorable mentions. Brian Murphy, Stephen Yap, and Ryan Norland. And when you think 7 of the last 10 years, East Brunswick boys volleyball team has been in the finals.
Yeah, well, we got some young kids there too. Norland,
Okay.
outstanding soccer player. He was our outstanding junior athlete,
Is
by
that
the
right?
way. Congratulations to him. And Monica Farag was the girls' junior athlete. But Ryan is, he'll be a key to the volleyball team next year, just like he is for the soccer. As a matter of fact, I was just up at the track. He's up there 1 in the afternoon in this heat. You know how it is today, running, working out. He's got a great work ethic.
Makes a
He's going to be
difference.
all right.
It makes a difference.
So we'll be back in volleyball.
Okay, girls lacrosse. Coach Melissa Nunez, her first year.
Her first year,
Okay.
we wish her well. Melissa left us. She's going to go teach and coach up in Pascack Valley.
Okay.
She did a great job for us. She was a real passionate lacrosse person, similar to our friend Cindy Todoroff. So we're going to try to fill her position with someone with that same enthusiasm and knowledge. I'm confident we will. But the girls lacrosse team, you know, with Ariel Harris, Katie Chase, outstanding athlete, outstanding sophomore athlete for us.
Sophomore.
And Amanda Heiberger providing senior leadership. We had a good year. I think we played to our level of skill and she wanted to make the states, but I just didn't see us having the athletes this year.
Well, a few others. You got Nicole Wasilis, and Stephanie Klein is a pretty good goalie from what I understand. So the girls lacrosse hasn't been around that long, though.
It's as long as boys.
Has it really?
Boys get it, girls get it. You know me, Title IX, Phil, all the time.
Okay.
Oh, that was Rebecca Kent, who was the sophomore athlete.
Okay.
What did I say? It was Katie. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
Boys tennis and
Coach Pell.
Oh, Coach
My man.
Pell. I tell you, Bill Pellegrino, I want to, who's been here more than 40 years, I believe now. And I remember reading the preview for the upcoming season. They were the defending county champs, and Pellegrino was saying, we expect to be right there again, you know, and they were and more, and they lost the first singles to graduation. They lost second singles, third singles, and their doubles teams who moved up to play singles this year, and with fantastic results.
Go undefeated, Middlesex County.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And when his assistant coach McInerney in there, great combination. His patience, Pelly's patience with the kids, and coaching so many years, the little things has made the difference. It was a good group of kids. I think they overachieved. I didn't know if we'd be as good as we were.
Overachieving may be an understatement, being that everybody, with the exception of Eric Levy, made first team all. Well, Eric made first team all area, but everybody else won. Eric did go on to the states, one of only 3 players in the area to defeat somebody on the state level as well. But I just want some of these names here. Sahil Sheath was the second singles. Michael Wu, third singles. Both of them took first place in their flight. And then you have the first doubles, James DiPietro.
Pietro.
I'm trying.
That's okay.
Max Rebarber, all area first team. That was the first doubles team. Then you had Josh Burke and David Chin, who was the second doubles, and they took first in their flight as well. I mean, they took everything.
And it's not by accident. It's because these kids are playing all year too, Phil, and that's what it takes. So they never get the ink. Well, actually, the medias have backed off on a lot of high school coverage, but the tennis team never seemed to get the ink that they deserve. They just have a great tradition there. So thank you guys, and thank you coaches.
And when you consider Pellegrino was involved with the girls team as well, who I think they went 15-2 or something like that, 11th in the state. Wow.
Yeah, he's good.
Wow.
He's the man.
Wow. Okay, girls softball, and you had some players there.
Ooh, we have a nice bunch. One senior.
Okay.
We have one senior, and that's Sheena McCarthy, who is a great player. She could have been a starting pitcher on any other team, but Samantha just happened to be a little bit maybe better than her this year. The rest are underclassmen. We got
Melanie Morrison.
Melanie Morrison is going to be back. She'll scholarship somewhere. She's a great catcher. She's a great person, a fun kid. I got to know her a little bit this year. A fierce competitor. So she's coming back. Samantha is coming back. Alyssa McCullough's coming back. A lot of kids coming back. I think the JVs lost like 3 games. Freshmen lost like 2 games. 8th grade maybe lost 1. Softballs, we have some great kids going in softball. It's all about pitching.
It's all about pitching. Samantha the thing about
Junior, remember.
Junior, they were, who'd you lose last year? Was that super single? That maybe you can.
Yeah, Singer. She went right.
A super pitcher last year, and Samantha comes on and she does quite a job. And Samantha can hit as well. She's not just a pitcher. She's a pretty good hitter.
Pretty good athlete. So maybe a starter for basketball for us, and just a wonderful kid. If you ever have a chance to talk to her, sit and talk to her, she just you'd never believe she was a outstanding pitcher and basketball player. She's so modest, and I enjoyed talking to her as well.
A few other players, sophomore Carrie Wan was pretty good, and then you had Bornkamp and Costello, a few other names that come about as well. I was thinking about you the other day.
You were?
Yes,
Good.
I was. I was just.
You must have.
No.
You got to get a job, man.
No. Banquets, man. You got to go to a lot of banquets.
Oh, boy.
That must
a lot of
really.
banquets. Well, my favorite banquet is, of course, our banquet at the end of the year.
Okay.
The athletic banquet, it's been like 27, 28 years that I know. I think it's more like 30. We still have it at the Chateau. Jimmy and his staff do a great job with us. And this year, Phil, we added an award. Freshmen, as you know, because you've been following this for many years,
Right.
have been integral in the success of our athletic program at the high school, especially varsity. And we have an outstanding sophomore, you heard me mention him, junior, senior athlete. We have nothing for the freshmen. So this year, we instituted a freshman award.
Wow.
So the first year, we recognized 2 freshman athletes, and a male and a female, and it's Brian Smith. He's got like 7 letters. I mean, not 7 letters. He's got 3 letters in track, cross country. He's got like a 4-point-something GPA. And Cassie Riccio, who led it in basketball and soccer as a freshman, has like a 3.4 GPA.
Wow.
So we felt that with the coaching staff and I felt it was time that we recognize these freshmen. And every year we seem to be adding more awards because, boy, there's a lot of great kids out there that need to be recognized.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a nice happening.
Yeah.
That's a nice happening. Frank, we're about out of time. I do want to say.
I got to do something,
Go
Phil.
ahead.
Before we do, we want to invite you to next year's banquet. I don't know if I'll give you the mic, though. But this is for you. This is a little something for you, Phil, for appreciation for everything you do.
Oh, man. This is really nice.
I know, Phil, you got a lot of South River blood in you still, but I know, my man, I know there's some green in there because your kids were athletes, so you got some green in there. But that's for you.
Now I have grandkids who live in East Brunswick, and I used to say ram bear, part ram and part bear. Listen, awful nice of you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. One last thing, we're just about out of time. A lot of people evading East Brunswick tomorrow. Snapple Bowl to play on that beautiful field up there.
Have you seen the scoreboard?
I haven't seen the scoreboard.
Oh, we had the message board running tonight. Outstanding.
Really?
Beautiful place. Come on up. Kevin Norris, Ray Bryan are going to be our 2 reps. And the cheerleading girl is Toto.
Very good.
Great. So good luck to them.
Okay. Again, Frank, as always, thank you for appearing here. Okay, for Frank Noppenberger, I'm Phil Hill saying please join us next time.